Number 1. This 1957 Cadillac sedan Deville, offered at $12,000 and located in Silverado, California, is presented as a solid and largely original classic that remains in respectable driving condition for its age. The seller describes the car as being in decent overall shape, with the original upholstery still intact and holding up well, which is a notable detail for a Cadillac of this era. Much of the interior retains its factory character, including the power bench seat, reinforcing the impression that this Deville has not been heavily altered from its original configuration. The factory radio is reported to be fully functional, an increasingly rare feature on mid-1950s luxury cars, adding to the authenticity and period-correct appeal of this example. Overall, the car is positioned as a true cruiser rather than a freshly restored showpiece, offering originality and usability in one package. Mechanically, the Cadillac benefits from significant recent attention under the hood, with the seller noting that the generator and water pump have both just been rebuilt, helping to improve reliability. Numerous components in the engine bay have been powder-coated, giving the compartment a clean and well-presented appearance. The transmission, brakes, and suspension are all listed as being in working condition, indicating that this Deville is currently roadworthy and capable of being enjoyed as is. The air conditioning system is operational but will require a refill of R12 refrigerant to deliver proper cooling, which is an important detail for buyers planning to drive the car in warm climates. One power window is currently not rolling down, but the seller states it will be looked at, suggesting that this issue may be addressed. With approximately 80,000 miles showing, the car is described as a cruiser that has seen use but remains mechanically viable. From a cosmetic and trim standpoint, the vehicle appears to be largely complete, with nearly all of its exterior emblems and lettering accounted for. The seller notes that the remaining pieces of the rear Cadillac lettering are included and stored in the trunk, providing the next owner with the opportunity to finish restoring the car's exterior badging to full factory presentation. The car currently does not have an antenna installed, which is a minor detail but one that collectors may choose to correct for full originality. The tires are new, an important upgrade that not only improves safety but also allows the car to be driven with greater confidence right away. Taken together, these details suggest a vehicle that has been maintained with function in mind, while still offering room for cosmetic refinement if the next owner desires a higher level of presentation. The seller emphasizes that this Cadillac is best suited as a cruiser and is not currently recommended for long-distance driving without further inspection and sorting, which is a realistic and honest assessment for a nearly 70-year-old luxury sedan. Still, with its recent mechanical work, operational transmission and brakes, functional power features, and largely intact original interior, it stands as a strong candidate for continued enjoyment, light restoration, or sympathetic preservation. The fact that so many key systems are already working significantly lowers the barrier to ownership for an enthusiast looking to experience a classic Cadillac without undertaking a full teardown restoration. As it sits, this 1957 sedan Deville offers a compelling blend of originality, usability, and classic 1950s luxury presence, making it an appealing option for anyone seeking a vintage American cruiser with character and solid fundamentals. Number 2. This 1966 Chrysler 300, offered at $7,600 and located in Cheshire, Connecticut, is presented as a remarkably well-preserved and highly original example of Chrysler's full-size performance luxury sedan from the golden era of American motoring. Powered by its original 383 cubic-inch V8 engine and showing 112,993 miles, the seller states that the car remains in 99% original condition and has always been garage-kept throughout its life. What makes this particular car especially meaningful is the deeply personal history attached to it, with the seller recalling being present with his father when the car was driven off the showroom floor in 1966. That rare one-family connection adds an irreplaceable layer of provenance that few survivor cars can claim. The overall presentation reflects decades of careful ownership, preserving the character and authenticity that collectors increasingly value. Mechanically, the Chrysler is described as running great, indicating that the original 383 V8 still delivers strong and reliable performance as intended when new. The mileage is consistent with long-term, responsible ownership rather than neglect or abuse, reinforcing the idea that this car has been enjoyed and maintained rather than worn out. The fact that it has always been stored in a garage has clearly contributed to its preservation, helping protect both the body and mechanical components from the effects of prolonged outdoor exposure. While the listing does not mention recent rebuilds or major upgrades, the emphasis on how well the car runs suggests that it remains a dependable driver in its current state. This makes it appealing not only as a collector piece but also as a usable classic that can still be driven and appreciated as intended. From a body and cosmetic standpoint, the only noteworthy flaw called out by the seller is rust over the rear wheel wells, as shown in the photos. This is a very common rust area on mid-1960s full-size American cars, especially in regions with seasonal weather, and its presence is honestly disclosed. Importantly, the rest of the vehicle is implied to be in strong condition, which is consistent with the claim of 99% originality and lifelong garage storage. The fact that the majority of the car remains untouched suggests that its trim, panels, and overall structure still reflect factory-correct design and proportions. For a buyer interested in a light cosmetic restoration, the localized rust repair at the rear wheel wells presents a straightforward project compared to the extensive corrosion issues that plague many cars of this era. One of the most compelling aspects of this 1966 Chrysler 300 is the documentation that accompanies it, including the original sales papers and repair invoices. These records not only verify the car's history but also provide a detailed timeline of ownership and maintenance, something that is increasingly rare and highly valued in the classic car market. This level of documentation enhances both the credibility and long-term collectability of the vehicle, allowing the next owner to preserve its story as well as its mechanical and aesthetic integrity. As a largely untouched survivor with known history, original drivetrain, strong running condition, and only limited rust issues, this Chrysler represents an increasingly hard-to-find opportunity to own an authentic piece of 1960s American performance luxury history that still retains its soul, character, and real-world drivability. Number 3. This 1972 Chevrolet Monte Carlo, offered at $16,000 and located in Parkersburg, West Virginia, is presented as a strong-running, largely original muscle-era personal luxury coupe with desirable drivetrain components and solid structural integrity. Although titled as a 1972 model, it currently wears a 1971 front nose, giving it a distinctive appearance that blends two of the most popular first-generation front-end styles. Under the hood is the original, numbers-matching 402 cubic-inch big block engine, a highly sought-after power plant that adds both performance value and collector appeal to this Monte Carlo. Paired with a 700R4 automatic overdrive transmission, the car combines classic big block power with improved highway cruising capability, making it more usable for modern driving conditions. The seller states that the car runs and drives very nicely, immediately positioning it as a turnkey driver rather than a stalled project. From a mechanical and structural standpoint, the car is equipped with a 12-bolt rear end, although the exact gear ratio is currently unknown. Even without confirmation of the gearing, the presence of a 12-bolt is a major upgrade and a strong selling point, as it is known for its strength and durability behind big block power. The floors, trunk, and frame are all described as solid, which is critical when evaluating any early 1970s General Motors body, especially one that has seen previous restoration work. The car benefits from having already gone through an older restoration, meaning the heavy lifting has been done in the past, allowing the current owner or next caretaker to focus on refinement rather than total reconstruction. The Monte Carlo is said to drive well, reinforcing that the drivetrain is functioning as it should and that the car can be enjoyed immediately. Cosmetically, the seller is transparent in noting that some areas of the older bodywork are beginning to show through again, with imperfections becoming visible in a few spots as shown in the last photos. This is a common trait of restorations completed many years ago, especially when filler and early paint materials begin to age. Despite this, the overall appearance is still described positively, with the car looking very good coming up the road, which suggests that its stance, paint, and overall presence remain attractive at a glance. The seller also believes the car was originally green, hinting at a color change during its restoration, which is not uncommon for cars of this era. New inner fender wells are included in the trunk, giving the next owner the opportunity to further freshen up the front underhood appearance and continue improving the car's cosmetic presentation. Taken as a whole, this 1972 Monte Carlo represents a desirable blend of originality, performance hardware, and real-world usability. The numbers matching 402 big block, strong 12-bolt rear, solid body structure, and overdrive transmission make it particularly appealing to enthusiasts who want a classic muscle-era cruiser that can be driven regularly without sacrificing the character of a true big-block Chevrolet. While some cosmetic refinement is still needed to address the aging bodywork, these are visible and manageable issues rather than hidden structural problems. With its solid bones, honest condition, and strong mechanical foundation, this Monte Carlo stands as an excellent candidate for a continued driver quality refresh, a mild restomod, or even a higher-level restoration, depending on the vision of the next owner. Number 4. This 1975 Pontiac Catalina 4-door sedan, offered at $7,800 and located in Bayside, New York, is presented as a well-kept, fully functional example of Pontiac's full-size American luxury from the mid-1970s. Finished in a striking color described as whiskey orange or tangerine, the exterior gives the car a bold and unmistakably vintage presence that stands out from the more common neutral tones of the era. The interior is trimmed in tan, creating a warm and period-correct contrast to the vibrant exterior color. The seller emphasizes that the car is in great condition overall, suggesting that it has been cared for rather than neglected, and that it remains a strong representative of a time when full-size sedans prioritized comfort, smooth ride quality, and visual presence on the road. Powering this Catalina is a 400 cubic inch V8 engine equipped with a 4-barrel carburetor, delivering the kind of torque-rich performance that made Pontiac a respected name in American muscle and large displacement cruising cars. The seller states that the car starts up every time and that everything works, which is a significant claim for a nearly 50-year-old vehicle. This suggests that the drivetrain, electrical systems, and major accessories are all functioning as they should, allowing the car to be driven and enjoyed without immediate mechanical concerns. The 400 V8 provides a strong balance between performance and drivability, offering smooth acceleration and highway cruising capability that suits the character of a full-size sedan like the Catalina. From an overall usability standpoint, this Pontiac is positioned as a true driver rather than a parked project or a partially sorted classic. The fact that it reliably starts every time and that all systems are reported to be operational makes it especially appealing to buyers who want a classic they can enjoy immediately rather than one that requires months of sorting. As a 4-door sedan, it also offers genuine practicality, with ample interior space for passengers and a layout that favors comfort and ease of entry over the tighter confines of 2-door models. This practicality, combined with V8 power and 1970s styling, makes it an ideal cruiser for relaxed weekend drives, car shows, or simply enjoying the unique feel of a full-size American sedan from this era. Taken as a complete package, this 1975 Pontiac Catalina offers a compelling mix of bold period color, big V8 performance, reliable operation, and well-preserved overall condition. While the listing does not suggest that the car is a Concours-level restoration, it clearly stands as a solid, honest classic that can be driven, shown, and enjoyed without apology. The combination of a strong-running 400 V8, functioning systems throughout, distinctive factory-style colors, and comfortable 4-door configuration makes this Catalina a standout option for anyone seeking an authentic 1970s American cruiser that still delivers presence, sound, and real-world usability at an accessible price point. Number 5. This 1967 Oldsmobile Cutlass, offered at $10,000 and located in Bangor, Pennsylvania, is presented as a strong-running and very solid classic muscle-era cruiser that has clearly benefited from both recent cosmetic work and long-term structural care. Powered by a 330 cubic inch V8 engine paired with an automatic transmission, the car is described as running and driving great, making it a turnkey driver rather than a stalled project. The seller emphasizes that both the body and the underside are very solid, which is one of the most critical factors when evaluating any 1960s A-body car. This solid foundation makes the Cutlass especially attractive to buyers who want a classic they can enjoy immediately without worrying about hidden structural issues. From a mechanical standpoint, The reliable 330 V8 provides smooth and responsive performance that is well suited to both relaxed cruising and spirited driving. The fact that the car runs and drives great suggests that the drivetrain is in healthy condition and has been properly maintained. This is not described as a freshly rebuilt powertrain, but rather as a proven, roadworthy setup that performs as it should. The automatic transmission enhances the overall ease of use, making the car comfortable for longer drives, weekend cruising, and casual enjoyment without the demands of a manual gearbox. Together, the dependable V8 power and easy drivability establish this Cutlass as a classic that can be used regularly rather than only stored or trailered. Cosmetically, the car has just recently been painted, giving it a fresh, clean appearance that helps it stand out visually and show well. The seller is transparent in noting that the lower quarter panels had some repair work done at some point in the past, which is a very common area for rust and rust repair on these cars. Importantly, this is disclosed openly, and the seller makes it clear that this Cutlass is not being represented as a flawless, high-dollar show car. Instead, it is positioned honestly as a high-quality driver with nice presentation, strong curb appeal, and enough cosmetic refinement to be proudly displayed at local shows, cruise-ins, and weekend gatherings. Taken as a whole, this 1967 Oldsmobile Cutlass represents a well-balanced classic that blends solid structure, fresh paint, proven mechanical reliability, and honest condition into one appealing package. It is not a trailer-only concours restoration, but rather the kind of vintage muscle-era cruiser that is meant to be driven, enjoyed, and shared. With a strong-running 330 V8, automatic transmission, solid body and underside, and attractive recent paintwork, it offers an excellent opportunity for an enthusiast looking for a classic Oldsmobile that presents well, performs as expected, and requires no immediate major work to start enjoying it on the road. Number 6. This 1980 Pontiac Trans Am, offered at $23,000 and located in North Ridgeville, Ohio, is presented as a well-preserved and nicely upgraded example of one of the most iconic American performance cars of its era. According to the VIN decoding, this is a genuine Trans Am built at the Norwood, Ohio plant and originally equipped with the correct 4.9-liter 301 cubic inch V8 engine with a 4-barrel carburetor, which remains in the car today as a matching numbers drivetrain. The seller notes that it is equipped with power steering and power brakes, enhancing the overall driving comfort and ease of use. The car has received one older repaint, which still shows very nicely, giving the exterior a clean and attractive presentation that complements the aggressive Trans Am styling without appearing worn out or neglected. Inside, the interior is described as being in really good shape, retaining a strong original look with well-kept surfaces and a correct overall appearance for the model year. It features the desirable Formula steering wheel with a tilt steering option, along with power windows and power door locks, adding a level of convenience that enhances the driving experience. There is a dash cover installed due to some cracks in the original dashboard, which is a common issue on these cars and honestly disclosed by the seller. The fuel gauge is currently not working, but the seller states that everything else is operational, including the factory clock, which is a nice detail rarely found in working order on cars of this age. An aftermarket AM/FM radio cassette player is installed and is reported to work with both front and rear speakers, providing functional period-correct entertainment. From a mechanical and handling standpoint, the car benefits from several tasteful and desirable upgrades. The original wheels have been replaced with 15 by 8 snowflake-style wheels fitted with brand-new center caps and lug nuts, significantly enhancing the visual presence of the car while maintaining a period-correct look. These wheels are wrapped in brand-new BF Goodrich radial T/A tires in size 225/70 R15, a classic tire choice that suits the Trans Am perfectly and contributes to both its stance and road manners. Braking is handled by front disc brakes and rear drum brakes, providing dependable stopping performance for a car of this size and era. The underside is described as being very clean and has been sprayed with undercoating, suggesting long-term care and protection against corrosion. Overall, this 1980 Pontiac Trans Am is presented as a strong, well-rounded driver that combines matching numbers originality with thoughtful upgrades for usability and appearance. The older repaint still presents very well. The interior remains in good condition with working accessories, and the drivetrain retains its correct factory configuration, making it appealing to both collectors and enthusiasts who want a true, authentic Trans Am experience. With its clean underside, new wheels and tires, functional power features, and solid mechanical condition, it stands as a high-quality example that can be enjoyed immediately without requiring major work. This is positioned clearly as a no-trade sale, reflecting a straightforward offering for a buyer seeking an honest, well-kept second-generation Trans Am with both visual appeal and reliable road manners. Number 7. This 1976 Plymouth Aspen Special Edition, offered at $13,500 and located in Roseville, Michigan, is presented as an exceptionally rare and well-preserved survivor with just 37,250 original miles and its original numbers matching 318 cubic inch V8 still in place. The seller describes this car as a true unmolested example, retaining nearly all of its factory originality throughout, a claim reinforced by the low mileage and detailed ownership history. It remains largely stock with only a few thoughtful upgrades made for reliability and performance, making it stand out as an authentic time capsule from the mid-1970s. As the seller states, this is the kind of car that simply does not survive in this condition without decades of careful ownership and proper storage. Mechanically, the Aspen is said to run extremely strong, with the seller confidently stating that it has been driven at sustained highway speeds of 80 miles per hour and tracks perfectly straight without issue. The cooling system has been significantly improved with a larger new radiator and shroud, specifically addressing the overheating issues commonly associated with many Mopars of this era, and the seller emphasizes that this car does not suffer from that weakness. It is also equipped with a new intake manifold and a 554-barrel carburetor, which the seller notes is perfectly matched to the 318 engine, providing excellent drivability and strong performance without being overcarbureted. The overall impression is that this is not just a showpiece survivor, but a genuinely roadworthy and confidence-inspiring driver that could be driven anywhere without hesitation. From a body and preservation standpoint, the car benefits from having been Z-Bart rust-proofed when new and garage kept its entire life, which explains the outstanding condition of the floors, jambs, and overall structure. There was a minor paint touch-up performed by the second owner, but the seller is very clear that there is no body filler work on the car. The only rust noted is a small, hidden area on the top of one of the fenders under the hood measuring approximately 4 inches by 2 inches, which is not visible from the outside and is described as very reparable. The seller emphasizes that the rest of the car is extremely solid, adding that photographs do not do it justice and that the car's condition is far more impressive in person, often drawing strong reactions from those who see it firsthand. Ownership history and documentation further elevate the significance of this Aspen, as the seller is only the third registered owner and has retained a binder full of receipts and records dating back through the car's life. The seller also notes that this car has won awards at car shows and is often the only truly unmolested Aspen wagon present, underscoring just how rare an example this is in today's market. The seller openly states that cash offers will be considered and mentions a recent offer of $11,000, while also making it clear that no trades are being considered due to an upcoming project and the need for garage space. Taken as a whole, this 1976 Plymouth Aspen Special Edition represents an extraordinarily well-preserved survivor with honest documentation, low mileage, strong mechanical upgrades for reliability, and the kind of originality that is becoming nearly impossible to find. Number 8. This 1966 Chevrolet Impala, offered at $18,500 and located in Burlington, North Carolina, is presented as a low-mileage survivor showing just 38,771 original miles, making it a particularly rare find in today's market. It is powered by its factory-installed 283 small-block V8 paired with a Powerglide automatic transmission, retaining its original drivetrain configuration exactly as it left the factory. The car was originally ordered without air conditioning or power steering, reflecting a more basic mechanical specification that now adds to its authenticity and simplicity. The seller notes that the car has spent most of its life sitting, with the last known registration believed to be in 2020, but it has been started regularly and kept washed several times per year to maintain its condition. This careful limited-use history helps preserve the vehicle's originality while still keeping it mechanically alive. Mechanically, the Impala is described as running and driving fine, with the brakes working very well and the transmission shifting smoothly through the gears. The carburetor was rebuilt approximately 2 years ago, addressing one of the most common maintenance needs on a vintage carbureted V8 and helping ensure consistent starting and drivability. While the transmission is noted to have a slight leak, it is currently operational and functioning properly, suggesting a manageable issue rather than a major mechanical fault. The original 283 engine remains in place, offering the smooth, reliable performance that made this small block so popular in the mid-1960s. This drivetrain combination emphasizes relaxed cruising rather than high performance, perfectly matching the Impala's role as a comfortable full-size American classic. From a cosmetic standpoint, the car has been repainted at some point in its life, but it remains in its original factory color, helping preserve its correct visual identity. The overall condition is honestly described as not perfect, but very good for its age, especially considering how original the car remains. There is minimal rust present, primarily around the rear window seal and along the rocker panels, but the seller is clear that this is surface rust and that the metal has not been eaten away. This distinction is important, as it suggests the structure remains largely intact and that any rust-related work would be cosmetic rather than structural. The rest of the body presents as a well-preserved older repaint that still maintains a solid and respectable appearance. Taken as a whole, this 1966 Impala represents an appealing blend of originality, low mileage, honest condition, and drivability. It is not positioned as a freshly restored show car, but rather as a true survivor that has retained its factory drivetrain, original specification, and authentic character through nearly 6 decades. The fact that it runs and drives well, has strong brakes, smooth shifting, a recently rebuilt carburetor, and only minor rust issues makes it an excellent candidate for continued preservation, light restoration, or regular enjoyment as a vintage cruiser. With its documented low mileage, original mechanical configuration, and solid overall condition, this Impala stands as an increasingly hard-to-find example of an unaltered mid-1960s Chevrolet that still delivers the feel and presence of a true survivor. Number 9. This 1968 Plymouth Sport Satellite convertible, offered at $42,000 and located in Oak Island, North Carolina, is presented as an exceptionally rare and highly documented example, with only 1,523 units produced for the 1968 model year. Powered by its original 318 cubic inch V8 engine and equipped with factory air conditioning, this convertible stands out as a true collector-grade survivor that has retained nearly all of its factory identity. The seller states that the car remains completely original with the sole exception of one repaint, which preserves the integrity of the car while maintaining a fresh and presentable appearance. Adding to its rarity and authenticity, the original spare tire is still in the trunk, an uncommon detail that speaks strongly to how carefully this car has been preserved over the decades. Mechanically, the car is described as running excellent, indicating that the original 318 engine remains strong and reliable in real-world driving conditions. The factory air conditioning system is intact, though the compressor currently needs to be replaced, which the seller states will be taken care of. This is a significant detail, as working factory air conditioning in a 1968 convertible greatly enhances both comfort and value. The drivetrain combination reflects a balance between classic V8 performance and smooth cruising, making the car well suited for relaxed driving rather than high-strung performance use. Rear air shocks have been added, giving the car an adjustable stance and improved load support, while also complementing the classic cruising character of the vehicle. From a body and exterior standpoint, the Sport Satellite is described as a very straight car, an important quality when evaluating any vintage convertible where body alignment and structural integrity are critical. The black convertible top is reported to be in good shape, meaning the car is immediately usable in open-air driving without requiring top replacement. The car sits on red-line tires, which add a strong period-correct visual touch and enhance its overall 1960s muscle-era appearance. The single repaint is presented as the only deviation from originality, suggesting that the rest of the exterior trim, glass, panels, and detailing remain true to factory configuration, further reinforcing its status as a true survivor rather than a heavily restored example. What truly elevates this convertible is the level of documentation that accompanies it, including both the original fender tag and the build sheet. These factory documents provide direct verification of how the car was originally equipped and assembled, which is extremely valuable for collectors seeking authenticity and historical accuracy. Combined with its limited production numbers, original drivetrain, factory air conditioning, excellent running condition, and preserved factory details, this 1968 Plymouth Sport Satellite convertible represents a rare opportunity to own a highly documented, largely untouched example of a low-production Mopar convertible. With its strong mechanical condition, straight body, correct visual presentation, and confirmed factory specifications, this car stands as a true collector-grade classic that delivers both rarity and real-world drivability. Number 10. This 1964 Chevrolet Impala Super Sport, offered at $35,000 and located in the San Francisco Bay Area in Hayward, California, is presented as an exceptionally solid and highly refined example of one of Chevrolet's most desirable full-size muscle-era platforms. The seller repeatedly emphasizes just how solid this car is, describing it as really solid, with only very minor rust present on the lower edge of the trunk lid and some light bubbling on the lower fenders. Beyond those small blemishes, the body is described as very straight with only minor dings, indicating that this Impala has excellent overall structure and clean, honest sheet metal for its age. Fresh weather stripping has been installed throughout the car, helping seal the cabin properly and further improving both comfort and long-term preservation. This Super Sport stands as a well-kept, structurally sound foundation that immediately separates it from many worn-out or heavily patched examples on the market. Under the hood is a rebuilt 327 cubic inch small block V8 equipped with desirable camel hump heads, giving this Impala a strong performance pedigree while retaining a very traditional Chevrolet performance setup. The engine is paired with a turbo 350 automatic transmission, a durable and widely respected unit that provides smooth shifting and excellent reliability for both cruising and spirited driving. The fuel system has been refreshed with a brand new fuel tank, and new shocks have been installed, improving ride quality and handling stability. Additionally, the car has been upgraded with front disc brakes while retaining stock-style components and 13-inch wheels, significantly improving stopping power and everyday drivability without sacrificing the classic appearance. These mechanical updates create a well-balanced car that maintains its vintage character while benefiting from sensible, safety-oriented upgrades. Inside, the Impala has been completely redone with fresh upholstery from top to bottom, with new foam installed in the seats and the seat frames freshly painted, giving the interior a fully refreshed, like new presentation. Sound deadener has been installed throughout the cabin, greatly improving ride comfort by reducing road noise and vibration, an upgrade that makes a noticeable difference in long-distance cruising. All trim is reported to be intact and in very good condition, reinforcing the overall completeness and quality of the car. The interior restoration reflects a high level of care and attention to detail, transforming the cabin into a clean, comfortable, and visually striking space that matches the car's strong mechanical and exterior condition. The audio system has also been thoughtfully upgraded while preserving a factory-style aesthetic, featuring an original-looking stereo paired with speakers mounted in the kick panels, under the front seats, under the dash, and under the rear seat, along with two 12-inch subwoofers in the trunk. This setup delivers modern sound performance without disrupting the classic appearance of the dashboard. The seller states clearly that no trades are being considered and that the asking price is $35,000 or best offer. Taken as a whole, this 1964 Chevrolet Impala Super Sport represents a rare combination of exceptional structural integrity, strong rebuilt performance, fully restored interior, upgraded braking and suspension, and a well-integrated sound system, making it an outstanding turnkey classic that is ready to be driven, shown, and enjoyed immediately. Number 11. This 1972 Ford Mustang Mach-1 Fastback, offered at $28,000 and located in Delran Township, New Jersey, is presented as a highly dialed-in, performance-focused classic that is fully sorted and ready for serious road use. The seller emphasizes that the car runs and drives amazing and confidently states that it could be driven all the way to Florida without concern, which speaks volumes about its mechanical reliability and roadworthiness. This is not a lightly refreshed cruiser but a deeply upgraded and purpose-built Mustang that blends classic muscle styling with modernized performance components throughout the drivetrain. The car represents the later big-body Mach 1 era, delivering a more aggressive and planted presence compared to earlier Mustangs, and this example has clearly been built with both power and durability in mind. At the heart of this Mustang is a very well-built Ron Regal 351 Cleveland V8, featuring a Howard's roller cam, Scorpion roller rockers, Manley valves, and a long list of additional internal performance components. This is not a stock rebuild, but a carefully assembled performance engine designed for strong output, durability, and high revving capability. The engine is paired with a built C4 automatic transmission equipped with a 3,500 revolutions per minute stall converter, perfectly matched for aggressive street and strip performance. Power is sent to a 3.91 Posey rear end, a setup that delivers brutal acceleration while still remaining street drivable. Remarkably, the engine, transmission, and rear end all have less than 1,000 miles on them, meaning the entire powertrain is essentially still in its break-in lifespan and has enormous remaining life ahead. The supporting systems on this Mach 1 have also been comprehensively refreshed to match the level of the drivetrain. The entire braking system has been rebuilt with new brakes and all new brake lines running throughout the car, ensuring strong, consistent stopping power and long-term safety. The fuel system has also been completely updated with a brand new fuel tank and entirely new fuel lines from front to back, eliminating one of the most common reliability issues in older performance cars. The seller states that he personally performed the majority of the work on the car and knows every bolt and screw, which adds a high level of confidence in the quality and consistency of the build. This hands-on ownership history suggests the car was built with care, not rushed or pieced together. The only unfinished detail mentioned is the stereo, with all wiring already in place for both the head unit and speakers, leaving the final audio setup entirely up to the next owner's preference. This means the car is mechanically complete and fully drivable, with the last remaining decision being purely personal customization rather than necessary repair. Taken as a whole, this 1972 Mustang Mach 1 represents a rare opportunity to acquire a freshly built Cleveland-powered fastback with a fully sorted drivetrain, modernized braking and fuel systems, and less than 1,000 miles on all major components. It stands as a brutally strong yet street-capable muscle car that combines classic Mustang styling with serious modern performance credibility. Number 12. This 1969 Chevrolet Impala, offered at $21,000 and located in Elk Grove, California, is presented as a highly stylized and fully functional lowrider that blends classic full-size Chevrolet presence with modern custom suspension and audio upgrades. Built in the unmistakable lowrider tradition, this Impala sits on a full airbag suspension system, allowing it to raise and lower on demand while maintaining a smooth, controlled ride. Rolling on 13-inch gold-spoke, China wheels, the car delivers an authentic street presence that immediately establishes its custom character. The seller states that the car runs great, positioning it not as a static showpiece but as a true driver that can be enjoyed regularly on the road. Power comes from a Chevrolet 350 cubic inch small block V8, a proven and highly respected engine known for its reliability, broad torque curve, and ease of maintenance. The engine is described as running strong, reinforcing that this Impala is fully functional and not in need of immediate mechanical sorting. Paired with the upgraded suspension, the 350 V8 makes this car equally suitable for cruising, showing, and daily enjoyment if desired. The seller does not suggest any mechanical issues, presenting the Impala as a ready-to-drive custom that delivers both visual impact and dependable performance. Inside and from an entertainment standpoint, the car is equipped with a strong sound system featuring dual 10-inch subwoofers and a modern Bluetooth stereo, providing powerful, high-quality audio while still fitting within the lowrider theme. This setup makes the car ideal for cruising, shows, and social gatherings where sound quality is an essential part of the experience. The overall presentation is described as very good, with only a minor dent on the passenger side noted as the sole cosmetic flaw. Importantly, the seller also provides the correct paint code for the car, which is valuable information for anyone planning future paint correction, touch-ups, or a complete refinishing while maintaining the correct color identity. The seller is firm about the terms of sale, stating that no trades will be accepted and that the deal is strictly cash only. The asking price is $21,000 or best offer, with the seller making it clear that offers will only be entertained in person after the car has been seen, reinforcing a serious, no-nonsense sale approach. Interested buyers are encouraged to schedule an appointment and arrive prepared with cash if they wish to negotiate. Taken as a whole, this 1969 Chevrolet Impala represents a complete, running, and driving lowrider with air suspension, V8 power, strong audio, and authentic style, making it an excellent opportunity for anyone seeking a turnkey custom Impala that delivers both street credibility and real-world usability. Number 13. This 1969 Ford Mustang Mach-1, offered at $68,000 and located in Campbell, California, is presented as an exceptionally well-preserved, numbers-matching example with just 44,000 original miles, making it a highly desirable collector-grade muscle car. It retains its original 351 Windsor V8 engine paired with the original FMX automatic transmission, along with factory power steering, preserving the car's core mechanical authenticity exactly as it left the factory. The interior remains finished in its original white upholstery, a rare and striking specification that further reinforces its survivor status and careful long-term ownership. With its low documented mileage and original drivetrain combination, this Mach-1 stands apart from heavily modified or high-mileage examples, offering a level of originality that is becoming increasingly difficult to find in today's market. Mechanically, the car benefits from a series of period-correct drivability upgrades that were all completed less than 1,000 miles ago, meaning the improvements are still fresh and essentially new in service life. These upgrades include a conversion to power front disc brakes using Classic Services restoration parts, significantly enhancing stopping power and safety while retaining a factory-style appearance. A Holley 600 CFM 4-barrel carburetor has been installed along with a Petronic solid-state electronic ignition system and matching distributor, improving throttle response, cold starts, and long-term reliability over the original point-style ignition. Cooling has been comprehensively upgraded with a 4-row high-efficiency radiator, ensuring this high-compression Windsor stays cool even in warm driving conditions or extended cruising. Additional performance and reliability enhancements include the installation of an Edelbrock Performer intake manifold, which improves airflow and overall engine efficiency while maintaining strong street manners. The exhaust system has been upgraded with a Flowmaster 50 Series Delta Flow setup, giving the car a deep, muscular tone without excessive interior drone. Supporting mechanical components such as the starter, fuel pump, water pump, and gas tank have all been replaced with new units, addressing common age-related failure points and greatly increasing confidence in long-term drivability. Koni shocks have been installed at both the front and rear, sharpening the car's handling characteristics while still providing a comfortable ride suited to both spirited driving and relaxed cruising. Taken as a whole, this 1969 Mustang Mach-1 represents a rare blend of true originality and thoughtfully executed upgrades that enhance performance and reliability without sacrificing the car's factory identity. The presence of the original engine and transmission, the low 44,000 original miles, and the original white interior place this car squarely in the upper tier of collectible Mach-1 examples. At the same time, the modernized braking, ignition, cooling, suspension, and fuel systems make it a car that can be confidently driven and enjoyed rather than merely stored. With its numbers-matching status, documented low mileage, period-correct performance upgrades, and highly desirable Mach-1 styling, this Mustang stands as an outstanding example of a classic American muscle car that delivers both investment-grade collectability and real-world road enjoyment. Number 14. This 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner, offered at $55,000 and located in Westminster, Massachusetts, is presented as a fully restored driver-quality muscle car that has been comprehensively gone through from front to back with a strong emphasis on mechanical performance, structural integrity, and real-world drivability. The seller describes it as a straight-bodied car finished in pewter, giving it a clean, aggressive, and understated appearance that suits the Roadrunner's no-nonsense muscle car identity. This is not positioned as a fragile show-only restoration, but rather as a true driver that has been built to be enjoyed on the road. The car reflects a careful balance between restoration and hot rod influence, combining classic Mopar muscle aesthetics with upgraded performance hardware throughout. At the heart of this Roadrunner is a mildly built 440 cubic inch big block V8 featuring a steel crank, delivering the kind of raw torque and aggressive performance that defines the Roadrunner name. Power is delivered through a factory 4-speed manual transmission equipped with a Hurst shifter, preserving the authentic muscle car driving experience while enhancing shift feel and control. The drivetrain is supported by a billet flywheel and a Caltrac monoleaf suspension setup with Caltrac shocks, which significantly improves traction and rear-end stability under hard acceleration. The front suspension has been fully rebuilt, ensuring tight handling, predictable road manners, and confidence-inspiring control to match the immense power of the 440 engine. Mechanically, virtually every critical system on the car has been renewed or upgraded. The brakes, clutch, gas tank, and all associated lines have been replaced, eliminating common age-related weaknesses and ensuring safe, reliable operation. The entire wiring system has been replaced with new wiring, addressing electrical reliability from front to back. The car rides on new 275/60/15 tires, giving it a proper muscle car stance with a wide, aggressive footprint that complements both its appearance and its performance potential. New bumpers, tail light bezels, and weather stripping have also been installed, sharpening the exterior presentation while improving long-term durability against the elements. Inside, the interior has been fully renewed with all new components, creating a fresh, clean cabin that matches the mechanical and exterior restoration work. The result is a Roadrunner that offers the visceral experience of a classic big block, 4-speed Mopar, while benefiting from modern restoration practices that make it far more enjoyable and dependable to drive. The seller describes it as a hot rod-style build with too many upgrades to list, emphasizing that this is a serious performance-based restoration rather than a cosmetic-only refresh. As it sits, this 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner represents a powerful, well-sorted, and visually striking muscle car that is fully capable of delivering both show-stopping curb appeal and brutally strong on-road performance as a true, turnkey driver. Number 15. This 1968 Chevrolet Camaro, offered at $39,500 and located in Pleasant Hill, California, is presented as an exceptionally well-preserved, numbers-matching survivor with just 81,000 original miles and a lifetime history as a rust-free California car. Known affectionately by the seller as Grandpa's Old Faithful and nicknamed the American Terminator, this Camaro is described as having spent its entire life in California, benefiting from a favorable climate that has helped preserve both its body and structure. It is powered by its original, numbers-matching 327 cubic inch V8 rated at 275 horsepower, paired with a Powerglide automatic transmission, maintaining its authentic factory drivetrain configuration. The seller emphasizes that everything on the car remains original except for one repaint, reinforcing its status as a true survivor that has not been heavily modified or altered over the decades. Mechanically, this Camaro is reported to run and drive amazing, reflecting the durability and smooth performance of the original 327 V8. The engine is known for its balance of strong mid-range power, reliability, and classic small-block Chevrolet sound, making it ideal for both relaxed cruising and spirited driving. The Powerglide automatic transmission delivers smooth and predictable operation, contributing to the car's easy drivability. The seller states that the car both runs and looks great, suggesting that it has been properly maintained rather than left dormant. With its original drivetrain still in place and functioning as intended, this Camaro offers the increasingly rare opportunity to experience a first-generation Camaro in nearly stock mechanical form. From a features and equipment standpoint, the car is well optioned with several highly desirable factory-style upgrades, including factory air conditioning, power steering, and disc brakes, all of which greatly enhance comfort, control, and safety compared to base model examples. It rides on classic rally wheels wrapped in radial T/A tires, giving it an authentic period-correct appearance with improved modern traction. An electronic starter has also been added for easier and more reliable starting, subtly upgrading usability without compromising the car's original character. The seller notes that aside from the single repaint, the rest of the car remains original, indicating that the interior, trim, and overall presentation still reflect factory-correct style and materials. The Camaro holds a clean California title and is currently registered through 2026, allowing for immediate transfer and road use without administrative delays. The seller confidently states that it would be difficult to find another example in this condition, especially one that is numbers matching, rust-free, largely original, and with documented low original mileage. As it sits, this 1968 Camaro represents a rare combination of originality, drivability, and desirable factory features, making it suitable for collectors who value authenticity as well as enthusiasts who want a classic they can truly drive and enjoy. With its survivor status, clean documentation, and strong running condition, this car stands as a standout example of the first-generation Camaro that continues to deliver both visual presence and authentic American V8 performance. Number 16. This 1961 Ford Falcon two-door sedan, offered at $2,900 and located in Glade Hill, Virginia, is presented as a straightforward, lightweight, early compact project with solid fundamentals and classic simplicity. The seller explains that he recently purchased two Falcons but can only keep one, which is the reason this example is now being offered for sale. It is powered by a 6-cylinder engine paired with a 3-speed manual transmission equipped with a Hurst shifter, giving it an engaging, old-school driving feel that fits perfectly with the Falcon's minimalist character. Both cars were said to be running when purchased, and this one is described as being able to be driven as is, making it a usable driver rather than a stalled project. Structurally, the car does have rust in the lower rear quarter panels, which is openly disclosed by the seller, but it is emphasized that the car can still be driven in its current condition. This suggests that while cosmetic and metal repair work will be needed to take the car to a higher level, it remains road-usable and structurally serviceable for local driving and light use. The seller also notes that the chrome and stainless trim pieces are included, which is significant since these parts can be difficult and costly to source later. This makes the Falcon a much more complete starting point for anyone planning a restoration, mild custom, or clean survivor-style refresh. Mechanically, the combination of a 6-cylinder engine and a 3-speed manual transmission represents the classic economy-focused drivetrain that made the Falcon so popular in the early 1960s. The addition of the Hurst shifter adds a desirable performance touch, improving shift feel and adding period-correct hot rod flavor. While the seller does not provide detailed information about recent mechanical servicing, the fact that it is described as drivable indicates that it is not a non-running shell and can be enjoyed while improvements are made over time. This makes it especially attractive for someone who wants to tinker gradually rather than undertake a full teardown immediately. The seller describes this Falcon as a perfect father and son winter project, just in time for Christmas, highlighting its simplicity, approachable mechanical layout, and affordable entry point into the classic car hobby. A clear title is included, removing a major hurdle for the next owner and making registration straightforward. Offers and trades are welcome, further underscoring the seller's motivation to move the car along to a new caretaker. With its two-door body style, manual transmission, included trim, and running condition with known rust issues clearly disclosed, this 1961 Ford Falcon represents an honest, budget-friendly classic that offers hands-on enjoyment, learning potential, and the timeless charm of early 1960s American compact design. Number 17. This 1969 Chevrolet Camaro SS, offered at $42,500 and located in Calabasas, California, is presented as a brutally powerful big-block, 4-speed muscle car that is fully running, driving, registered, and insured. Under the hood sits a massive 540 cubic inch big block engine equipped with Edelbrock aluminum cylinder heads, an MSD ignition system, a Ron Davis aluminum radiator, and a March Performance Serpentine accessory drive system, all supporting both performance and reliability. Power is transferred through a McLeod clutch to a 4-speed manual transmission, delivering a raw, mechanical driving experience that defines the late 1960s Camaro at its most aggressive. The car is also equipped with power steering via a Hydroboost system, front disc brakes with rear drums, and Flowmaster mufflers that give it an unmistakable, deep muscle car exhaust note. The seller describes the car as extremely fast and characterizes it honestly as a running project, indicating that while it is fully functional and drivable, it still offers room for further refinement or personalization depending on the next owner's goals. The current owner built the car during the COVID period and states that it has only been driven occasionally since then, mostly for light exercise. He has owned the car for approximately 6 to 7 years, suggesting a long-term personal build rather than a quick flip. This history gives the impression of a car that was assembled with enthusiasm and intent, focused on performance and enjoyment rather than quick resale. Regarding the car's identity, the seller explains that he was told by the previous owner that the car was an RS/SS, although he personally believes it is most likely an SS. Importantly, he is fully transparent that verification of the SS or SS/RS status is the responsibility of the buyer, openly acknowledging that he never researched the car's factory documentation because he was simply thrilled to own a 1969 Camaro. This honesty allows buyers to approach the car with clear expectations. It is being sold primarily for its performance, condition, and enjoyment value rather than guaranteed factory-correct pedigree. The motivation for the sale is straightforward, as the seller states that there is another car he is interested in purchasing and he cannot justify keeping both at the same time. This creates a potentially favorable opportunity for a buyer looking to acquire a heavily upgraded, big block-powered second-generation Camaro that is already on the road and fully sorted for driving. With its 540 big block, 4-speed manual transmission, modern supporting performance components, and street-ready condition, this 1969 Camaro offers a rare combination of extreme power, classic styling, and real-world usability for someone seeking a high-impact American muscle car with serious presence and performance. Number 18. This 1977 Lincoln Continental Mark V, offered at $2,850 and located in Kingman, Arizona, is presented as a long-term owned classic luxury coupe that has remained with the same family for over 20 years, giving it a sense of history and continuity that many surviving examples no longer have. The seller explains that the car has been sitting for some time, but it still runs good, which is an important distinction for a vehicle of this size, weight, and complexity. As one of the most iconic personal luxury cars of the late 1970s, the Mark V represents the peak of American full-size comfort and presence, characterized by its massive proportions, formal roofline, and unmistakable road presence. Even today, these cars command attention simply by their scale and styling, making this example especially appealing as a true survivor entry point into vintage Lincoln ownership. Mechanically, this Continental is equipped with Hydro-Boost power-assisted brakes and power steering, both of which are said to work well, maintaining the effortless driving experience these cars were designed to deliver. It also features 4-wheel disc brakes paired with a 9-inch rear end, a combination that adds both stopping confidence and durability to the drivetrain. While the car does run, the seller is transparent in noting that it will need freeze plugs, a fuel pump, and basic maintenance before it can be considered truly road-ready and dependable for regular use. This honesty positions the car clearly as a light mechanical project rather than a turnkey cruiser, allowing a buyer to budget realistically while still starting with a running foundation rather than a complete unknown. The seller describes the ride quality as plush, which is exactly what buyers expect from a Mark V, as these cars were engineered to isolate occupants from road imperfections with soft suspension tuning, heavy sound insulation, and deeply cushioned interiors. Even in as-is condition, this Lincoln is positioned more as a luxury experience than a performance car, prioritizing comfort, smoothness, and effortless cruising over speed or agility. With proper recommissioning, this Continental has strong potential to return to its original role as a relaxed highway cruiser, weekend show car, or nostalgic boulevard companion that delivers an unmistakable late 1970s luxury driving feel. From a documentation standpoint, the car is being sold with a bill of sale only, which is clearly stated and must be considered by any prospective buyer depending on local registration requirements. The asking price of $2,850 or best offer reflects both its current non-daily driver condition and the mechanical needs that remain, while still presenting strong value for such a large, well-equipped luxury classic with a long single-family ownership history. For the right buyer, this Mark V offers the chance to revive a genuine American luxury icon with solid running condition, desirable factory features, and strong presence at a price point that leaves room for restoration, customization, or simple mechanical revival. Number 19. This 1979 Pontiac Trans Am, offered at $6,500 and located in Fredericksburg, Virginia, is presented as a highly optioned factory performance example with strong documentation and rare drivetrain configuration, making it an especially compelling restoration candidate. The car shows just 27,110 miles and is equipped with a desirable L78 6.6-liter 400 cubic inch V8 paired with a 4-speed manual transmission, a combination that places it firmly in enthusiast territory. It is further enhanced by the WS6 Special Performance Package and the J65 four-wheel disc brake system, both of which underline its original high-performance intent from the factory. Finished in black on black with gold decals, the seller believes the car is still wearing its original paint, which is said to match the body tag and original build sheet, adding a significant layer of authenticity to its overall presentation and historical value. In terms of documentation, this Trans Am stands out with its original factory build sheet still present, and the seller has also ordered the archived window sticker along with additional factory documentation to further establish the car's original configuration and provenance. These documents are especially important for a performance-oriented Trans Am, as they verify the WS6 suspension, L78 400 engine, and J65 four-wheel disc brakes, features that are often missing or difficult to confirm on surviving cars. The car also retains its gold snowflake wheels on all four corners, which are iconic to the Trans Am identity and remain highly sought after today. With multiple factory options beyond those already listed, this example represents a well-equipped, correctly spec'd late second-generation Trans Am that collectors actively seek when looking for real performance credentials backed by paperwork. Mechanically, the car is being sold with a freshly machined and rebuilt 6.6-liter 400 cubic inch engine that goes with the vehicle, or can be negotiated out of the deal if the buyer prefers, offering flexibility depending on restoration plans or budget. This adds substantial value, as sourcing and properly rebuilding a correct 400 for a 1979 Trans Am can be both expensive and time-consuming. The car itself is positioned clearly as a restoration project, with the front seats currently missing while the rear seats appear to remain intact. The floor pans have some minor spot rust, and the exterior shows some rust along with minor dents, all consistent with an unrestored project rather than a hidden or over-polished example. Despite these needs, the seller emphasizes that this Trans Am represents a very solid base for a proper restoration, especially given its factory high-performance options, correct drivetrain configuration, and extensive original documentation. As a black-on-black WS6 4-speed car with documented L78 400 power, it checks many of the most desirable boxes for late second-generation Trans Am enthusiasts. The current as-found condition allows a buyer to restore it to factory specifications, build a period-correct performance street car, or preserve its documented originality during the process. With values of fully restored, correctly optioned Trans Ams continuing to rise, this example offers an increasingly rare opportunity to acquire a fundamentally correct, well-documented performance car at an accessible project-level price point. Number 20. This 1960 Chevrolet Corvair 700 Sedan 4D, offered at $1,600 and located in Old Forge, Pennsylvania, is presented as a running and driving early Corvair with strong mechanical fundamentals and appealing originality. Showing 86,000 original miles, this example is equipped with a 3-speed manual transmission mounted on the floor, giving it a more engaging driving experience compared to column-shifted versions. As one of Chevrolet's most unique early 1960s designs, the Corvair stands apart with its compact layout and distinctive engineering, and this particular car retains the honest character of a true survivor rather than a heavily modified or over-restored example. The seller emphasizes that it currently runs and drives, which immediately separates it from many Corvairs that sit dormant for years before being revived. A significant amount of recent maintenance has already been completed, making this car far more than just a roller or dormant project. It has received a fresh oil change along with a new oil pan gasket, addressing common leaks associated with long-term storage. The braking system has been thoroughly refreshed with new front and rear brake shoes, new front and rear wheel cylinders, and new emergency brake cables, ensuring that the car can stop safely and reliably. New spark plugs and wires have also been installed, improving ignition performance and overall drivability. These updates suggest that the seller has focused on making the car mechanically dependable rather than simply selling it untouched. In addition to engine and brake work, the front end has received new suspension parts, which is critical for proper handling, stability, and steering feel, especially on an older compact sedan like the Corvair. These suspension updates help restore factory ride quality and improve safety on modern roads, making the car far more suitable for regular weekend use or as a reliable local cruiser. With the drivetrain operational, the brakes serviced, and the suspension refreshed, this Corvair represents a solid, honest driver rather than a non-running restoration burden. It offers the next owner the chance to enjoy the car immediately while improving cosmetics at their own pace. Overall, this 1960 Chevrolet Corvair 700 stands as a very obtainable entry into early 1960s vintage motoring, with the most critical systems already addressed and its originality still largely intact. Its combination of a manual transmission, documented recent mechanical service, and verified running and driving condition makes it especially attractive at this price level. Whether the next owner chooses to preserve it as a period-correct survivor, lightly restore it for shows, or simply enjoy it as an affordable classic driver, the foundation is already in place. In a market where even project cars continue to climb in value, this Corvair offers a rare blend of affordability, usability, and character from a uniquely engineered chapter of Chevrolet history. Thanks for tuning in to our list of 20 cheap classic cars for sale from the marketplace. If you liked the video, be sure to hit that like button, drop a comment below, and subscribe to Cheap Classic Cars for more great deals. Don't forget to share this video with fellow classic car enthusiasts.